All right, I'm gonna start this video by saying I started this channel to help people with these tractors. So I've been putting a lot of videos lately of maybe breaking down some little small stuff or whatnot. I don't do this every day. I put a lot of paint videos out that recently because I don't know when the next time I'm gonna be doing another one. Anyway, I started this channel to help people with these tractors and to answer some of the questions that I've had in the past myself and couldn't find an answer for it and just had to figure it out on my own. I've got it 90% reassembled. I'm working 12 hours a day, doing a little hour, 2 hours in the afternoon on it, piddling, kind of laying up today a little bit, resting up. I finally come down here and gonna do something with it. But anyway, can you buy these tractors? And when I'm saying these tractors, I'm mainly talking about a farmall 140. Around here in Southern Virginia, that is the cat's meow. This is what everyone wants. This is what everyone wants to work the garden with, is a 140. These are not popular everywhere in the United States. There's so many of them here because of tobacco. Tobacco around here is what they were mainly brought for. Can you buy these tractors and make them look like this and sell them, turn around and sell them and make money off them and make a living and pay your bills? No. Quick answer to that is no, you can't. And the reason I'm going to say that because I'm first-hand experience right now. And I can tell you how much I got invested in it, how much shopping I've done for one. I've known about this tractor, where it was at. I went to school with the guy, and me and him been friends since first grade. I knew they actually had two of these, this model. The only ones I knew around here someone had, this model. They may sell it at all. Problem with these models, these are, I'm going out on them. I'm gonna say these model 140s are gonna be a huge collector's items as years goes by, because these are the ones that were made the least amount of years with this grill style. They were only made from 58 to 63. I thought they maybe were rolling 64, and I just love that grill style. Just love the looks of it. Anyway, I paid $2,200 for this tractor. All right. As we're set right now, for me to get all of my money back, including the cost of the tractor, $2,200. If anybody's in North Carolina or say Southern Virginia or anywhere in Virginia, North Carolina, they know how much a farmall 140 costs. At $2,200, I cranked it up. I drove it on the trailer, took it home, went to work with it pretty much. Was it perfect? Nowhere near it. It's not perfect now. It looks perfect. From this this video, maybe it might look perfect, but it's not. But anyway, $2,200, took it home, went to work with it. If anybody ever shop for a 140, they know that that's a good price. Most of the 140s, look, if they're running and moving, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 every day. Now and I do know that that's what a lot of them is selling for. I looked at one that was this model here. I can't popped up in Marketplace, and I'm looking at it, and it's sold for like $4,200. And the reason, unless they lied and kept it, but they marked it as sold. Now that thing didn't have these on it. It had the sticker down here, and it had a sticker for here, but it had this grill in it. And the paint didn't look great on it. Someone tried to repaint the wheels and had gray sprayed all over the place. But that one had marked sold for $4,200. The only way I can sell this tractor today and get my money back, I would have to have $6,000 for this tractor. And that is not touching nothing on the engine but an oil pan gasket and a valve cover gasket. That's nothing on the internals. That's nothing with the steering box. That's not even a fan belt. That's nothing with the radiator. Nothing with the points, the ignition system. That's nothing but, and $6,000 to even get all my money back. And that is zero labor. That is zero labor. I did a quick tally up and I was like $5,500. Well, I'll have to get $6,000 for this thing to even make a dollar, any money off of it. That's not, I'm not even calculating no labor because I put countless hours of labor on this thing. And this is gonna be my, my pride and joy. I've never took this much time to do this much detail on one. But it's this much time searching, finding all the little small missing items and stuff like that. But anyway, this is my flagship, as it's called it. And anyway, what I'm getting at, no, I do not believe you can't not to make it look like that and sell it and make any money off of it. Now, one major problem with that is finding them cheap enough. I know someone might say, well, we went to an auction and I found one for $1,500 or $1,000 or $1,200, whatever. I've seen those. I've seen what those look like. You may can get it running and moving, and you can probably sell it and make some money off of it, maybe. And you got to be careful when you're buying those, because if you got to dig into this engine, if you had to go in this engine, I can tell you your profit money is going out the window real quickly. If you got to do main bearings, rod bearings, oil pump, head work, your profits is going out the window real quick and fast. Next problem with buying and trying to sell these, especially if you're gonna do it like this one and try to sell it for $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. You are very subject to sit on this for a long time before it sells. Your bills ain't gonna quit coming. They're not gonna quit coming while you're sitting around trying to sell this thing. If that's what you're gonna do. And the reason I'm asking this question is because a lot of people who know me, a lot of my friends, people I work with, know I do this kind of stuff. Hey, why don't you do this every day? I like to know I'm gonna get a check every week. I enjoy the job I do. I enjoy the cutting trees and stuff like that. I enjoy it. I don't always enjoy the the amount of time away from the house, but the work part of it I enjoy. And I enjoy mechanic work. It's kind of, get the best. I'm born and raised on a farm. Love tractors. Love them. This is my hobby. It's like people with a motorcycle. You don't have to have a motorcycle to go to the grocery store or go to town, but people got them because they enjoy their motorcycle. You don't have to have a horse to ride to get away from the house, but people enjoy horses. This is what I enjoy fooling with. Off my off time, enjoy doing my garden. And something else somebody might not agree with either. I'm gonna work this tractor. I'm gonna work this tractor like the farmer who brought it in 1959. I'm gonna work it. I'm gonna use it and I'm gonna enjoy it. I mean, it's not. I may ride it in. Might get it cleaned up and ride it in the Christmas parade. It's gonna be rather long, lengthy video. I may ride it in the Christmas parade. May ride it in multiple parades. I'm not sure yet. But I'm gonna work this thing. I'm going, why you spend all this time and money and this and that, and you just gonna take it out there and scratch it up and get it dirty and dusty? That's like my dream car buying us a Shelby Mustang. I can tell you now, I buy one, we're gonna ride that thing. We're gonna ride it till the wheels fall off of it. I ain't sitting here looking at it. We're gonna ride it and do what it was intended to when it was made. Anyway, back to this. Yes, I can make money off taking someone bringing me their tractor and I fix it, whatever repairs, and just charge them the labor. And if I got to get parts, Now, some people may frown upon what I'm going to say about this with getting parts. Yes, I mark up slightly the mechanics parts because I got to search for them. I got to go pick them up. I got, that's on me. Now, if you bring me your part, no, won't be no markup. I just put that out there. I do it, and the rest of the other shops do it. They mark up the parts from what they pay for it. They got to find it, and they got to go get it and pick it up or have it shipped to their house. If you don't like that, my best advice to you is to take the mechanic, the parts that you get. Now, it's not much of a markup at all. It ain't much, but that's my time and that's my gas, that I'm searching for your part, and I'm going to pick it up with my gas or having my time just finding and having it shipped to the house. Yes, I'm going to mark your parts up ever so slightly. Part costs $5. I'm going to charge you $6 or $7. All right. You can make money that way. Do it just charging for the labor, and you ain't got a lot out your pocket involved. So for whatever parts you do, you do a job like this. Well, I mean like this. You have to look back at my videos, but this thing looked like 8 months ago. You got a lot of money tied up. You take, say, $6,000. I got roughly $4,000 of my money tied up in this thing in just parts and paint and accessories and everything else. What I mean by accessories, I brought them 2 bars, and I brought the lights, and I brought a different hood and made one, and touch control, and the parts for the oil pan gasket, the paint, the fast hitch, the final drive seals and O-rings and gaskets. Yes. All right. Now the answer to the question is, why didn't you just go buy one that's already looking like this? No, I don't think that's not going to happen either. I'm going to tell you, like an old fella told me one time about one particular area on these tractors. He said, your final drives ain't leaking and ain't no oil in it. Okay, I'm going to bought I'm using the 140 because that's the highest price one around here. Super 8 costs half what these cost. These are the cat meow. Excuse me. Anyway, I'm staying on the price on the 140 because that's the highest price one around here, and this is what everyone wants around here to work the gardens and stuff with. I see them selling all the time. I keep, the marketplace sends me notifications on anything with a farmall 140, and I keep track of them, even though I own one and I don't want another one. Is just to see what they're selling for, and people asking for them. I $6,000 in this thing. I'm between $5,500 and $6,000. No labor. That's not counting no labor. All right. Can I go out and buy one that's going to look like this? With every little, almost every little thing on it. What I mean by every little thing, it'll be a complete battery box, nice paint job, oil pressure gauge, even got the little international sticker that goes there. Final drives, touch control rebuild, just recently rebuilt. Nice steering wheel, nice seat. Cultivator part, complete 1-point fast hitch on it. All your lights, everything working. Can I go buy one for that? The only thing I did not touch on this tractor when I tore it apart, because I'm not familiar with it, is the transmission. I've never touched one before, and I said if I didn't have a reason to touch it, I wasn't just gonna go door to explore on the transmission just to be curious. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. The engines, not a problem. I've been in these things with down to the crankshaft and hand-fitted rod bearings on these things. I'm very familiar with the engines. Not a problem. And like I said, and that's a nice bar. It's not bent or anything. That is a nice straight bar. Could I go buy one in this condition? The full set of wheel weights, front and rear. I put double weights on this wheel. I do a separate video on that, how I did that. A double weight on this wheel, a single weight on this wheel, because there's no weight over here on the right side. And I was thinking about adding a second weight here on this wheel, because this is the one that always spins. But I think I'm gonna lose my rear tires. But anyway, get back on point here. Yes, I can make money, and probably make a halfway decent living off of it with just fixing other people's tractors. Because I have 6 tractors now that people want me to do this to. They want me to go through it, fix the mechanics, and throw some paint on it. And it's 2 ways to do that. Now, let me explain some on this paint. It's 2 ways to do it. All right. A lot of people don't have $1,000 to $1,500 or $2,000 to invest in tractor paint. Most people don't. They just want to look good from 20 feet away and cover the rust up, get rid of the rust. That's the cheapest way. You press purple power this thing, clean it up, maybe hit the hood and stuff with a sander, buy you a little $40, $50 set of decals, sand it down, spray it, maybe take the wheels off of it, and spray it down and paint it and let it ride. If you got a little small seeping oil leak, it's not dripping on the ground but just wet, you let it ride. A lot of people want them kind of paint jobs. You can make money with that. But you cannot go and buy these tractors and make a living off of them and make them look like that. It's not going to happen. If anybody told you they did, they're more likely not telling you the truth. Because I know what I paid for this one at the very low end of $2,200, and I done invested into it. And what I want to change it and start over and just go try to buy one for that kind of money? Absolutely not. Because even if I go and buy one, I'm gonna still have oil leaking out the final drives, touch control, and who knows what else. No. When this one's done, I know what I got, type of deal when it's done. I know what I got. I know what I got and what I don't got when it's done. So no, I would not want to start over. It's like I put grease pins on all of my pivot points on my lift arms. Yeah, I had to start over on that. I mean, it's just another little example. And I tell you one reason, and let me get into why I don't like some guys who like I work with and know me and stuff like that. They get frustrated at me about that. Hey, can you fix this for me? Most of the time I say no. And the reason I say no is I don't really need the money. And I can please myself a lot easier than I can please someone else. Like, to me, this thing looks just gorgeous the way I got it. Black lettering, painted the aluminum stuff white, black caps. This thing looks absolutely gorgeous. That's me. But to the guy who knew what this thing looked like in 1959, I think this is the ugliest contraption he's ever seen in his life. Just hate it. You know, I please myself a lot better than I can please anybody else. But not explain something else to you. I'll give you a good example here of why I don't like working on other people's stuff. So I rebuilt this touch control here because it was leaking. And I had another problem with this tractor, with this hydraulics. And that was my pump would whine and it would get hot after a while. Well, so I rebuilt touch control and I put a seal in that. But while I had it apart, I took it completely apart. While I had it apart, I seen another problem in there. It's like a brass crush ring. And I do a separate breakdown video on this. It's like a brass crush ring, and it's broke in the middle. I put some Permatex on it. I said, we're going to try it. Try it. If it works, it works. I won't fool with it. If not, well, I just had to replace the pump. Well, I started it up the other night, and I working the area of it. Hydraulics working great because I got it. It's up now. I needed to get the hydraulics up so I know how far I can slide my seat back, because if you're not careful, you'll stick your seat will go up in that. I wanted the hydraulics all the way up so I know how far I can bring my seat back. Anyway, if this was a customer's tractor, they wouldn't be happy about that. Because that pump, I said, we'll try this. I told my wife, I said, we'll try this and see what happens. It's a good example on why I don't like working on other people's stuff. That pump's got to be replaced. I know a used pump is for $100. You found about $5 to $5.50 for a new one. Well, okay, if I go put you a used pump on there, and that pump lasts 20 hours, say it blows the seal out, leaks all your engine oil out or whatever, or you buy it and it don't, I buy it and give you the bill and it don't work. That's not a problem. They're gonna want me to eat the price of that pump. Or they're gonna be mad at me because they brought a pump and it don't work. They're gonna be mad, they're not gonna like it the fact to start with, that they got to spend that money. Because you just knew that this was gonna fix it. That's another good example on why I don't don't like to work. I will, but I don't like to. But it is what it is. I will work on them, but I don't like to. It's just I can please myself a whole lot better than I can please someone else. It's like I'm doing a little walk around like that. That's not an OEM emblem. The one that was on it was chrome and metal. That looks wonderful to me. But the man that knew what this looked like in 1959, it might not look good to him. It is what it is. Back to what I said. Can you buy these tractors and make them look like this? No. And sell them and make money? No. No. Can you repair them? And just charge people for the labor and a little bit of markup on parts? Yes, you can. But then you got to worry about all the mouth in between when something don't go exactly right, and the cost is a little bit more than what you realize. You got all that. And then you got people that when it costs is a little more, you got to wait on your money. I don't have to deal with that. I prefer, so I just choose not to deal with it. You got to really sweet talk me to get me to work on your stuff. I will, but it takes a lot of pestering and sweet talk for me to do it. And that's a good example of why I don't do it. I have done it, but even with the automotive stuff, I've done it. That's like the guy, the freezer friend of mine wants me to do 2 of these. So I told him, I said, you need to come down to the house. I said, I got 2 examples here. I said, I got one, the Super A. I ain't fix a whole lot of the simple leaks on it. And then I sprayed it. It just sprayed and painted it. This one, I tried to fix every little oil leak that I knew was on it. Fix every little thing on it, every little wire, every little bolt, everything, and painted it. And let me give you in this price, and that's something else. So many long video I knew when I started. This thing is pretty red, yes. This is not even Case International Iron Guard paint. This is a Rust-Oleum paint job, too. So that money, it's not even a 100% great paint job, I have liked Rust-Oleum. I've had great experience with the Rust-Oleum all the way around. But that's a matter of opinion. I have not had no problem with it. hardener and then clear it pretty good. Put some hardener in it and clear it. I don't have no problem with rust, no limit. The only problem I've had with paint, period, is with the stores. They just sat on the shelf for so long. That's what I've had issues with in the past with paint. Now, Magic, I'm do a separate video on that. I guess give you a 3 year follow up on it. Sitting outside, it's not bad paint. And the other thing is, you can buy these tractors, and just if you can buy them cheap and just get them running and rolling and sell them, you can make a little money like that. Just get them running and rolling. And then you'll have the complaints, when people who buy one say they buy and they work it 2-3 hours and the oil pump goes bad and it messes the engine up, locks the engine up, or a valve drops in it. They're going to blast you on Facebook and social media and everything else. This guy's a con. He sold me this tractor for $2,500 or $3,000 or whatever it was, and I didn't run 2 hours. Because a lot of people cannot accept the fact that they brought something used and it ain't guaranteed. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. You got to accept that. When you buying food on anything used, especially when you buy it at below market price, you're going to have to probably spend some money in it. You're going to have to spend some time in it. And you're really screwed if you can't do the work yourself. You have to pay someone else. You got to accept that when you buy it. If not, I suggest you go Case International or John Deere and buy you something new to work with a warranty. But you got that to worry with then when you buy them used cheaply off of Craigslist and Marketplace and auctions and whatnot, and just spend enough in them to get them running and rolling, and sell them, turn around and resell them, and say they get home and a bull gear strips in the rear end, 20 feet into the break in the garden. They're gonna blame that on you. You need to make good on this. I brought this tractor from you and I didn't get 2 hours out of it, or 10 minutes, or whatever. That's the thing with doing it that way. It's 3 ways. You can fix them up like this and sell them. It's no money to be made in it. It's fixed like this. It's no money. It's no money to be made in. When you do one like this, you got to say, I'm keeping this tractor pretty much the rest of my life, because you're not lose no money. You're gonna lose money on it. And that's why I say I'm never getting rid of this tractor. I want to do it right, best I can afford to do it right, and because I'm not never planning on selling this anyway. And then you got you can fix them. Like I said, you can repair them. Someone else's tractor and charge them labor and little markup on parts. But then you got all the complaints coming in behind that is when stuff costs more than what you thought it was going to. Because you run into that. You run into that all the time. Now, occasionally I get people do my vehicle work for me, because I be tied up in this or work or something else. I drive a truck occasionally too, and sometimes when I'm driving the truck, I'm gone for 15, 16 hours a day. If something pops up, I hand it off to someone else. Hey, fix this. Give me back rolling. I refuel exhaust, they shoot me a price of $100, and then they get in there and they find another problem. I don't say a word. I know how it is. I know how it goes. It's just how it works. And you get all that complaints. Like that touch control is a fine example. Because I got to spend more money. I got to buy a pump. I ain't decided yet if I'm gonna buy a new one or use one. I ain't decided yet. But there's 3 ways you can do them, and like I said, it's making them look like this. Don't even try it. Don't even try it. You're gonna be in the hole. You'd be lucky to even get your money back if you got invested into it. You ain't getting no labor out of it. You can forget that. You ain't getting no labor. You do one like this, you gotta say, I'm keeping this and I'm using it, or I'm gonna keep it riding in the parade or whatever. It ain't no money to make in that. You can fix them for other people and make some money. Yeah. And you can maybe buy them and get them running and just rolling and turn around and sell them for a side hustle or something like that. I'm not sure if you can make a living off of that. You can make a living off of just fixing someone else's and fixing them. You can definitely make a living off that, especially if you know how to do the engine work and the hydraulic work and the final drive work. I mean, you can definitely make a living off of it. Absolutely. I can easily make a living off of it. I just don't want all the crap that comes along with it. All the complaints and the this and that and this and that. I just don't in the money hasslement. I just don't deal with none of that. I want to know what my check gonna be in my account every Friday morning when I wake up. I just don't want to deal with none of that. It's a headache that I don't have to deal with, so I'm not gonna deal with it. Put it to you, it's short and sweet. But anyway, I broke them 3 things down. Because people ask me all the time, how come you don't do this every day? And that's my 3, and that's why. It's no money to be made in doing a tractor like this. You're not gonna make no money. You can take someone else's tractor and make it look like this. And that's another thing. A lot of people want this done like yesterday. This is a long, lengthy time process here. You got to do it in steps. I mean, mine ain't perfect. Don't get me wrong. Mine ain't nowhere near perfect, but it suits me. I'm happy. A big smile came on my face when I walked through this door and seen it sitting here. Yes, it did. A big smile. It was my piece of artwork. Anyway, that's a breakdown on can you make a living off of buying and selling these tractors. You can, but you can't. You got to pick and choose your battles. You can't drag one out of the woods over there and make it look like this and make money off of it. Nope, ain't gonna happen. Anyway, more farmall. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna shoot a video or 2 on this floor mat here after I get it installed. All right, thanks for watching.